Fax Media Global. You already know what it is. I told you. I told you who I was going to get. I hope I came through. I told you I had to go get him. I had to go get the wizard. When I got both wizards for y'all. You know, nobody can't say nothing. You ain't even gotta pay for it. The heart is free. The heart is free. You ain't gotta pay for it. I went and seen him. I went down the Yellow Brick Road. I went on down the Yellow Brick Road and, you know, made that official like Ref West. And brought it back. You know, it's the daily wrap up. You know what I mean? Man, listen. I heard some. What is going on? If I was just to talk. Man, I got the wizard for y'all, man. That's what y'all wanted. That's what y'all needed. So I got the wizard. Let's go.
Shame on you!
What did you do that for? I didn't buy them.
No, but you tried to. It's bad enough picking on a straw man, but when you go around picking on poor little dogs.
Well, you didn't have to go and hit me, did you? Is my nose bleeding?
Well, of course not. My goodness, what a fuss you're making. Well, naturally, when you go around picking on things weaker than you are.
Say other black leaders.
But a great big coward.
You're right. I am a coward. I haven't any courage at all.
At all.
I even scare myself. Look at the circles under my eyes. I haven't slept in weeks.
Why don't you try counting sheep?
That doesn't do any good. I'm afraid of them.
Oh, that's too bad. Don't you think the wizard could help him, too?
I don't see why not. Why don't you come along with us? We're on our way to see the wizard now, to get him a heart.
And him a brain.
I'm sure he could give you some courage.
Well, wouldn't you feel degraded to be seen in the company of a cowardly lion?
Yeah, that's how I'm feeling.
I would.
Oh, of course not.
Gee, that's awfully nice of you. My life has been simply unbearable.
Oh, well, it's all right now. The wizard will fix everything.
It's been in me so long.
Wizard in the White House.
Got to tell you how I feel.
Well, come on.
Yeah, it's sad, believe me, missy, when you're born to be a sissy without the vim and vibe. But I could show my prowess, be a lion, not a mouse, if I only had the nerve. I'm afraid there's no denying, I'm just a dandelion, a fate I don't deserve. I'd be brave as a blizzard,
I'd be gentle as a lizard, I'd be clever as a gizzard.
If the wizard is a wizard who will serve,
then I'm sure to get a brain, a heart,
a home,
the knife.
Yeah. You know? Listen. You know, let's get right back into it, man. We go straight at it, man.
And the Crow Anthem?
I want to sing both the wizards.
I gotta sing that thing again.
You gotta look ready till you get it. Elucidate, reiterate, and syncopate.
You can't win. You can't make it, and then you can't get out of the game. People keep saying things are gonna change, but they look just like they're staying the same. You get in with
Don't let them lie to you. You know, because you don't want to get out of the game. You want to keep playing the game. And it's not how you gonna keep trying to play a game, trying to win, and you ain't had nothing to do with the design. You never had nothing to do with the design of the game. You keep trying to think you gonna win. You can't get out of the game. Yeah, I had to go bring back the real MJ. You know, I had to go and grab the Melanomi. Yeah, that's what I did. You know, because it's a shame. It is a shame. The things that I hear coming out of these so-called black leaders want to grab the forefront. Where's our candidates that's running for president? Try to push to get Trump out of office. Where's our candidate at? I mean, come on. You can get Birdman to run. Where Birdman at? Cause somebody holler on the 5th floor and go holler at Birdman. If they was able to get Donald Trump in office, then we should be able to get Birdman in office. Hustle man. Romy Rome. I mean, Homie the Clown. You name it. We ain't got not one candidate to just stir the pot up. You know, just want to stir the pot. See, look, we gonna get our feet wet. We gonna get our feet wet and figure out how to run an effective campaign. You have to start somewhere. Can't run those Jesse Jackson campaigns. You know, can't run those, what's this other guy's name? The fat dude that was kissing on Stephon Clark's brother. Can't even remember his name. He's just so non-existent, man. You know, then we got this lawyer, the bald-head lawyer. He just wants to come out and shine blue-black in front of the cameras with the lights. But where are you at in the forefront after the big story? That's what I'm trying to figure out, people. Where are these individuals at after the big story breaks? You know, after they receive their 5, 10, 15 minutes of fame. Huh? Are they working on their next move? What's going on with our black leaders? So-called. But I can't name no names because everybody, there's so many sects. There's so many sects and cliques and denominations, you know, cults. We at a bad space. We in a bad space right now. That's why I said I had to go get the wizard. Because we need some heart placed into our people. Because the fear has been instilled and the plan has been effective. If you ask yourself, what did the enemy plan on doing when they planned and put me in a situation that I'm in? And then you ask yourself whether or not that plan was effective. To get your answer, all you gotta do is just look around. All you gotta do is just look around. Look around your community. Look at your job layout. figure out is there room for advancement. No, we not. We just we are satisfied with any scraps the enemy choose to throw our way. True field Negro mentality. You know, you only eat the scraps. You only got the scraps. You ain't get the prime rib. You ain't get the fresh cut. You ain't get that first slice. You know, you got chitlins and things of that nature. And you settle. You settled for it. You was content with it. And here we are in 2018. And you still content. And it's just sad that you ain't even aware. You know, why do we continue to still in 2018 throw around scholarships when we did that? We did that in the 50s and 60s. You know, didn't we protest and go to jail and get attacked by dogs and hoses to get certain colored people into universities and colleges? So the scholarship has been in full effect. We have been gaining all the scholarship that we need. We got scholars and scholars and scholars and scholars on top of scholars. They might all not be working. They might not all have a job right now, but hey, I think we leading in the scholar department, but we failing in all other departments. You gotta ask yourself, why is that? You got to. But I see these cowards. They get online and they get behind their phones and their laptops and their computers and they throw stabs and they throw shots, and then they want to ask questions and try to make comparisons. You know, why you want to make a comparison? If you've been doing what you claim to have been doing for as long as you've been doing it, and ain't nobody heard about it, and ain't nobody moved, then that means you got to switch up and change your design. If you believe so wholeheartedly in your plan for advancement, instead of sitting around on YouTube platforms and Facebook platforms, because like I said, and I'll say it again, y'all not loyal. Y'all ride the wave. You know, y'all want to run 3 platforms at once to be in 3 different pots. You know, y'all got 4 pots cooking. All in the purpose of not liberating your people, not trying to make any real change, but to just try to acquire donations in the hopes that one day you'll be able to sit and just do nothing but sit on YouTube and slander and blame, bitch, whine, and complain, and get paid for it. Come on, I can see, yo. I see you. I seen it like a 27th Zenith. Shout out Raekwon, the Wu-Tang. You know what I mean? We all must shine. Like the nickel-plated 9. There's only one way. We have to begin to establish the program the program, the presentation, if you will. Something that we can present to the masses, in the hopes of letting them know, look what we have here. You know, Negroes love that. They love a big surprise. Something that they never knew was going on, and then they find out, and they just like, they jump on it like flies on shit. You know, that's what you have to do. You gotta show them it's real. Yeah, it might start off small at first. As you've seen, it's the daily wrap up. What did we talk about earlier? What did we talk about earlier about that movement in Mississippi? On how in 4 years they was able to build that movement. The enemy was able to build that movement to be able to get Barnett in the office. In a 4-year time span. They was outnumbered. We outnumbered them 4-1. And they were still able to unite, create an organization, and they knew what they had to do. They had to get somebody that understood their point of view, elected into office, and they did it. So that was another slip on our part, because before we decided to pull the trigger at that present time in the I think, if I'm not mistaken, the late 50s, early 60s, before we decided to pull that trigger in Mississippi, we should have planned it more effectively. It was too many loopholes. You understand? Okay, so you said it was too many loopholes. You evaluate that situation, and then you see where those brothers and sisters went wrong. That was supposed to have been the main point of attack, was getting the citizens in the community registered to vote. But instead, they was allowed to have an outlet, and they came in, and they was able to win the election. Why? Because we didn't know how to read and write, so we couldn't go in there and register. You know, they put clauses and requirements in the application that when a person of a different race came in there to register to vote, they didn't have to go through the same thing. You know, it was like they had a walkthrough. You know what I mean? Other races, other voters, they was just walk through. The colored people had to take a book test. So they basically capitalized off of another thing. Why? Because we wasn't one step ahead, they capitalized. And that put us through, if I'm not mistaken, 8 years of nonsense in Mississippi. Eight years. Here we are in 2018. 2018. Hey, it's okay to see something on social media and, you know, disagree or whatever the case may be, and just, you know, move on with your life. We don't have to address everything. We don't gotta address everything. Don't you understand that that's where you get your shine? Nobody wants to focus on, no, the attention is not on positivity. You know, nothing is positive based. It's all negative. Really trying to make strides. If you're really in a situation, like, hey, not everywhere is the same. That's why it's a geographic. Trust and believe. If somebody was to tell me that, hey, over here where I'm at, things is going on like this. This is a prime opportunity for you to do everything that you dreamed about. You know, this is the opportunity to lay the foundation for change. Somebody told me that, but I'm in Alaska. Hey, I'm in Alaska, man. It's the opportunity. Come on, let's go. I'm gone. But somebody told me that because I know where I'm at, if it's not the same, then that means, you know, it's a jam. The United States is jammed up economically with opportunities. It's jammed. The big box stores got everything jammed up. I mean, even malls are going out of business, left and right. Whole malls is going out of business. So how can a mall, a small business in the community would never be able to compete with a mall? So now you understand that small business don't really even have a chance. No matter how hard you try, you'll be digging yourself in a deeper hole. Unless you're able to have an outlet, like such as myself. You know? Minimum investment, high reward. That's my secret. I figured out my niche. What, I work 4 or 5 months out of the year. Don't have to worry about clocking into nobody's clock, or worrying about somebody calling me, asking me where I'm at if I'm late, or I gotta work overtime and I have plans. I don't have to worry about that. Yeah, I don't got no private jets. No, I don't take exclusive vacations. Why? I'm just maintaining on a minimal scale. Trying to acquire a little land, That's all. That's it. I'm not getting. If you going back into from the first video all the way up until now, you can never get it on video of me mentioning anybody negative in a negative light. Even if I mention anybody's name at all, I don't even think I ever mentioned anybody's name unless I'm doing, I'm going over today in history, or maybe what else? Oh, celebrating somebody's birthday. I mean, these are all good things. But other than that, I'm not following no waves. I'm not following no topics. I'm not chasing no titles. That's another thing I see people do. They'll chase a title. They see something going on in the mainstream media, then they'll use that title and okay, let me go. I think I could go fish me about 10 likes, 20 likes real quick. Hey, I don't know. That's not what I do this for. I already said what I do this for. This is my archives. Personal and for my children's reference. Why not get it straight from your dad whenever you get to that time in your life when, hey, hopefully you won't have to reach that time. The only thing you have to go back to these to these videos for is just a little inspiration, you know, a little upliftment. And to, you know what I'm saying, have a conversation with your dad when I'm gone. You know, that's what it's all about to me. But at the same time, it's not a game. I understand that I put my life on the line every time I hit start streaming. Every time I hit start streaming in my studio, the target's on me. You know, the scope is lined up. But you get excited, you know, when it gets close to the time when it's time for me to go live and go on air. I get excited, you know. That's a feeling. I ain't never had that feeling when I was in the workforce. Never said I wasn't in the workforce, but when I got up, whatever time it was to get ready to go to work, I never had that feeling that I get when I go live and you know, talk to the people. I never got that feeling when I was down in Texas during hurricane relief, and I was on Galveston Island, and I was live. The feeling that I got when I was just telling the people how, you know, this trip changed my life and made me see things in a different perspective, in a different view. Everybody gain to be woke or conscious or whatever you want to call it in a different way. You know, some people read books, some people watched documentaries, some people had strong mentors. You know me, I just decided to go and put somebody else situation before mine for a few days. And because of that, a whole nother transformation took place. It's just a feeling. When you get it, you'll know it. Trust me. When you get that feeling in your soul, in your heart, in your bones, you'll know, and then you will find your purpose. And just stick with it. No matter what nobody tell you, no matter what nobody say. I encourage you to just stick with it. Don't let nobody discourage you. Just understand. The people that try to discourage you, they have no power. You know why? Because everything that you say and you put your mind to will happen. Only thing that anybody from outside of that realm can do is just help you accelerate the movement. They can't stop it. They can't change it. They can't do anything. You understand? Only thing they can do is accelerate it. Well, let's say you was taking 5 steps a day with the help of another individual's 5 steps, then y'all begin to make 10 steps a day. And then somebody else, then you begin to make 15 steps a day. But regardless of the fact, if it was just only you, then your 5 steps a day will add up to 10 steps a day, and so on and so forth. So it really doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. I challenge everybody for, I'm going to give you a little preparation time. So you got the whole rest of April to prepare yourself. But for the month of May, I got a challenge. Let's see who can stay away from mainstream topics. You know, following this rapper, following this artist, following this actor, following this movie, following this controversy, following this propaganda. For the whole month of May, let's see who could just stay on the topic of liberation for our people and change. I bet you we won't be able to do it. I bet you not one person on any social media platform will be able to accomplish that goal for 1 month. So that means you got the whole rest of April to do all the fuckery. You know, you got the whole April to wild out. May 1st, you on your grind. You got a whole April to put together what you need to put together. You know, line up your shows, get your topics together, get your point of attacks. How you gonna go about, you know, purveying your message to the people. Portraying your message. How you gonna get it across? You know, you have all of that time. Look, we all are working in progress. Ain't nobody on YouTube CNN certified or MSNBC certified or ESPN certified. You know, everybody is a work in progress. Everybody is working towards the betterment of their channel. You know, the betterment of how they put their point across in their live streams. You know, it just takes practice. The more you practice, the more it makes perfect. And then you'd be surprised when you're able to stand in front of a crowd of people and get your point across intellectually and clearly and effectively. We are all a work in progress. Nobody is professionals. I don't see anybody ever claiming to be professionals. I see a bright future, people. Let me be the first to tell you, I see a bright future. Only thing I ask is that we begin to come together so we can kind of like accelerate it. You know, there's nothing wrong with acceleration. That's what our great country of America was made off of. Acceleration. There's nothing wrong with it. Well, you agree? If at any time we needed acceleration, we need it now. Because we falling behind the 8 ball to just... Y'all remember that video earlier that I showed? Of those teenagers, those high school students out there just brawling. I mean, how many times have y'all seen images like that in the past year or two? They keep it heavy in the face. There's no denying that they keep it heavy in your face. They make sure that you see it constantly. World star, you name it. All the time you're seeing. This one was just took the cake. You know, what took the cake for me was the fact of, hey, they was tearing each other up out there, man. You know, them brothers, them sisters, whatever the case may be, they was tearing each other down. Am I right or wrong? Go back and check it out. But what I noticed was the pure presence of the teacher was, you know, it struck, how can I put it? Kind of, to me, it kind of struck like a tame. It was able to tame the beast. You know, it was able to tame the beast when the beast was looking in the eyes of his brother and his sister. It was wrath. It was rage. But when he looked into the eyes of the teacher, it caused like instant tame. You would think he got hit with something. Did you notice that? Go back and check it out. Alright, I'm gonna get into this real quick. Cause man, this is not a game, so y'all gotta hear it. I don't hear it from me. Alright, let's go.
Did you see the movie Concussion?
Mm-hmm.
Your thoughts?
I thought that the universal God got into Will Smith because I wasn't looking at him, I was looking at an African. And they can't train you as that. And then the information that come out. 40 years ago, they had shit on the woody woodpecker, pecking the tree, and the reason it didn't bother them because they have a protection around the brain. Humans don't. No, it was mean, man.
Another movie that was at the Oscars was Spotlight.
I could have wrote that. That came out of Boston. Spotlight is a newspaper. You know that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's free on the corners. And they had tried to bust it, and they wouldn't let them. So then this Jewish guy came in to the Boston Globe. And they was trying to get him to do it, and then all at once it fell through and he understood it. And they did it. That's simple, man. That's simple. Just because you got some shit don't mean nothing when they fighting against you. And the priests, them dirty motherfuckers, man, where they was fighting hard and all of that, and they still slipped it out there. That's what it's about. Wow. You need to go back and see it and look at the research they did. They didn't have to ask no fucking questions, man. All the questions was there, just like Will Smith moved in. The motherfuckers had the questions. You don't qualify to ask questions, they already got it. Just qualify to do what you're doing. And the one guy was I got to call him and thank him too. I worked with him on the Kennedy assassination. But shit, I couldn't tell him. Couldn't tell him Kennedy didn't die in Dallas. Had a woman call me when Ronald Reagan was shot. The second day, she says, he just died about 2 minutes ago. So I'm one of the few motherfuckers walking the planet. No, the motherfucker died. That wasn't him. They had him up on the balcony walking the first day out of the house, riding a horse. That's to convince all of us fools out here.
The Big Short.
Well, the great thing about The Big Short, it was the psychic shit. You know, did you see it?
Yeah, I did see it.
The psychic, they couldn't believe he knew this. Because what he's saying don't make sense. He said, man, let's buy this stock. Well, you tell me about banks and tell me about buying stock. And them motherfuckers was making billions. But they didn't get caught. And after, oh, Jesus, I was supposed to meet somebody. Oh, that's okay, I got it. After it was over. The last thing they asked, what's next? He said, water. Now you got Flint. And then it went to Academy War when everybody thought the little motherfucker that's out there in the wilderness.
Revenant.
Huh? Yeah. Oh, they and all once here this comes through. Yep.
The Oscars So White controversy?
Huh?
Oscars So White. The hashtag. They said there were no black nominees last year. Did you ever take on Academy Awards and lack of diversity?
I got more respect for you than the movies. Did you see Oprah's movie on Selma?
Yes.
You see when the church blew up and killed them girls? I've never seen anything that touching. It didn't happen in Selma, it happened in fucking Birmingham. Huh? And you just said, I just told you the shit happened in Birmingham while King was alive. It didn't happen in Selma. But that's what they showed us. In Selma. The children died. So that's what I think about fucking movies. You know, and then every now and then a good one comes through. And I went to see Django Unchained 46 times, man. Changed my whole life, man. Whole life.
They're doing a Nat Turner.
Huh?
They're doing a Nat Turner movie. What do you think of that? There's a lot of slave
I don't know who's doing it. Look at the motherfucker that did Miles Davis. A bunch of piece of shit. Did you see it?
I did see it.
Miles Davis? I hope you didn't like it.
Well, I like Don Cheadle.
Did you hear what Don Cheadle said? They made me put this white boy in to write it? Huh?
Yeah. He couldn't get the money otherwise. That's what they said.
Yeah, and you still liked it. Miles Davis was a trendsetter. Nobody dressed like him. That motherfucker had 3 outfits through the whole movie. All you saw him do was drugs and chasing the white boy with a gun. And you liked that shit? Huh?
Well, I didn't see Miles Davis at the time that he was.
You didn't have to see him, nigga. That's how they trick you. You didn't see slavery at the time. You got enough intelligence to go. I mean, here's a motherfucker went to Juilliard. You didn't see one fucking concert, man. Huh? Not one. And the little shit he was playing, he's interrupting it, running outside, shooting at a white boy. And you like, that's why I told you, you're nothing but a piece of shit, man. I know who you are. I knew you'd like that before you told me about that. You'll grow out of it, but you haven't. Huh?
I can see why you wouldn't like it, but
I knew him. I knew him.
Well, speak.
And Don Cheadle, all the money that motherfucker got, and he got to have some white folks say, we'll give you the money if you let this white boy write it. I don't even want to talk about it no more. You can like that shit if you want it. Huh?
I'll just ask this anyway. You can yell at me if you want. Barbershop 3 came out.
Well, I'm not going to answer it because I'm insulted. You tell me I can yell at you. Who the fuck is you with me to yell at? I yell at one of the most powerful motherfuckers in the world. I'll take on the motherfucking CIA, nigga.
Talk to him. Talk to him.
You gonna tell me some shit like that? I don't even want to hear it. I don't want to answer it. Okay? You don't even know what happened in Barbershop 1, do you? When that ignorant motherfucker said King ain't nothing but a punk, and Rosa Parks didn't do nothing, she was too fat to move her big black ass, and I said if you said that about Queen Elizabeth, the motherfucker be dead, but you motherfucker gonna go see 2 and 3. That's where you are. Okay? I don't have to ask you that, I know it, because I was there. Huh? That ignorant motherfucker, huh? But he got to get past me.
Talk to him.
He got to get past me.
Cedric.
Cedric. Yeah. Cedric the motherfucking entertainer. Ignorant motherfucker from St. Louis. All them St. Louis motherfuckers is ignorant. There's a bunch of thugs and heathens and shit. But white folks love him because he was doing the business. Huh?
Zootopia was a good one.
Huh?
Zootopia?
I didn't see it. I don't.
It's a cartoon.
No, I never read a comic book or funny book or none of that. They don't even register in my head.
Okay. Well, did you, any other movies that you saw, just for the wrap up?
Oh, I do, but I'm just telling you the one that changed my life. I saw it 46 times.
Django, yes.
Because I've never, growing up, seen white folks be talked to like that. Now, I didn't see it happen. I didn't see it. White folks saw it as I was seeing it. They loved it. That's your audience. That's what you got. That's what you got.
People love Django. I love Django.
I watched it about 60 times.
And did you hear what Tarantino said when the 2 cops was killed in New York? And they came and got him. And they said, cops ain't no murderers. What did I said? They murderers. And they went crazy. I said, well, the union said, we'll boycott your movie. I said, your people work for minimum wage. I never did a movie. I didn't clear $1 billion. You gonna boycott me? The biggest my audience is them killing cops of yours. He said, and by the way, you know I got 3 brothers that's cops on the New York Police Department. One of them was killed. Did you hear what I just said?
Yeah, no. No, yeah. Tarantino, yeah. Beyonce's Super Bowl. People got upset because she did the Black Panthers at halftime.
Well, let me do it short.
Yeah, we're gonna run through these.
No.
Okay.
She didn't write that. Choreographers write that. She rehearsed it for 90 days. You think they didn't know what the fuck she was doing? Huh? You think they were surprised when they wrote it? Huh? When the Academy Award, when the brother came out there with the joke, them white folks wrote the jokes. Huh? He didn't write them. Huh? They don't care if you boycott a movie. The motherfucker that runs it, you keep going to see the movies, they salary them. What you got to do is boycott all movies. Then they fucked. Huh? Oscar's chocolate. You ever ask yourself how come don't nobody talk about the Oscar? Nigga. You ever ask yourself why Abraham Lincoln's on the penny? His daddy was a nigga. Do you know it cost 42 cents to make a penny? And the greatest business mind, they won't stop. See this nigga. That's what it's about.
Another person we lost recently was Frances Cress-Welsing. Any thoughts about her? I know you talked on We All Be about her, but...
No, then her sister died right after that, the one in Chicago. No, I was just trying to get to him and say, most black folks ain't never heard of the book.
The ISIS Papers?
So I said, what y'all need to do is put it on talk record. Huh? They'd love to hear it. And some of them would hear it and buy the book. Let them hear it. They wouldn't let you work in a black college. That's what killed her. Grief. She'd go to Howard, but she had to rent it to have her thing. But it's here. She went to Germany and studied for 8 years, the Holocaust. And then she came back and put her shit together.
Now what we gonna do? I can't listen to all of the nonsense. How and when and why and who and what. We can't. Enough with that, people. We know what we got. We know what we're what needs to be done. The ancestors left us the blueprint. The ancestors told us what's right and what's wrong. All we gotta do is just go back to the archives. You know, that's how you figure out where you went wrong at. You know? It's not hard, people. Well, no, we gonna take the initiative. When are we gonna take the initiative and stand up and stay up? Stand firm and harding. You know, it's like when you make a monument, you make a statue. You know, you have to make it stand firm and then allow it to harden. Then it becomes solid structure. Understand? But at the present time, we happen to be all over the place, people. Sorry to say it, but at the present time, we happen to be all over the place. You must understand. We have to get on the same page. And to do that, it must be certain different things that need to be done. You know, that's what you call a plan. That's what you call a strategy. You pinpoint and you target the certain areas that need to be targeted in whatever phase that you're in at the present time. Right now, of course, we presently in phase 1. So when you look at this situation as a whole, and you're really serious about trying to establish some change and create a difference, it's going to take strategizing, observing the enemy's wins, the enemy's losses. You got to strategize and observe your allies' wins and also your allies' losses. You know, got to look at things like what made this movement successful. You know, pick one. You know, you could pick one to be your main focus. Then you figure out what made it successful. Then you get into the losses and you try to figure out what made them fail. You re-strategize, you restructure, and then you execute. It's not hard, but it must be people. We must have people to hold position. People that are dedicated to that position. People who is not gonna falter in performing the duties that entails for that position. You gotta be dependable. You have to be able to be somebody that somebody else can count on. When we say we're gonna be somewhere, then we gotta be there. Gotta erase the tardiness. Can't be late. You have to start being on time consistently. Not only here and there, when we feel it's important. When it's only about us. Things of that nature. That mindset has to change. Just like those kids was out there brawling in the video that I showed earlier. It's because of lack of knowledge. It's because of lack of knowledge. It's because of the things that they took out of the school. Certain documentaries, certain history, certain things that were shown to me in school that was able to save me from the pitfalls of living life when I became an adult. There's a lot of lessons that I learned in elementary school that I hold dear today. A lot of lessons. A lot of things. You name it. Middle school. Now it's just get him in and get him out. Get him in. Oh, is he failing? She's failing? All right, we're gonna fix the paperwork. Just get him through. Just get him through. We need to get him to the college level as soon as possible so we can have him indebted. Have him indebted. That's the plan. We need to get him in college as soon as possible. And then the longer we can keep him in college failing, the more money that we can acquire. That's what it's all about. We fought for education so hard, so now we're paying for it. Simple as that. We fought, went to prison, lost our lives, decided to come back, send our kids out there to fight because they didn't have anything really to lose. You know, them sitting in jail wasn't gonna, stop the paycheck from providing for the household. So okay, just send all the older kids out there to protest. We know they're gonna send them to jail. Don't worry about it. They can sit in there while we work. Not many people is willing to do that today. We all know this. Even though we sending our kids to school and they're not going to school anyway, they tearing the school up. They ripping and running. They trying to kill each other out there. All for some likes on Facebook or YouTube or to get posted on World Star. This is the state that we're in. Can we change it? We just seen the brother Dick Gregory talking to the person interviewing him and told him about himself. And then after he told him about himself, he said, look, it can change. You can change. But right now, you got some ways to go. And that wasn't too long ago, people. That interview wasn't too long ago. If you want to go look it up yourself, check it out. Listen to it. Evaluate it. But it wasn't that long ago. I appreciate everybody coming through, hanging out with the KLC on the daily wrap up. I did what I said I was gonna do. When they got the whiz, I saved you the trip. You ain't gotta ease on down the road. I did it for you. I brought back lifetime supply of heart, courage, brains. So you ain't gotta go see the whiz. Just support the Behind the Wall campaign. The address on the screen. We all know we got people behind the wall, locked up, incarcerated on all levels, local, state, and federal. It's time for us to reach out and show them that we out here doing what we need to do to try to make changes effectively. Because we understand what took place here. Alright? All right. I want everybody to enjoy the rest of their night. Sleep tight. And I'll holler at y'all tomorrow. The midday mix-up. 12 p.m. sharp. 1.